This time on Red Dirt Diary, we're back in Coffs Harbour on the track that destroyed all our dreams. Alright Brody, I know you remember this track, but there's a bunch of new faces that probably don't. I know last time we were here it defeated us, but I guess we'll see if we can conquer it this time.
I only saw about 5 metres of it last time, so hopefully you can show us a bit more. Yeah, who have we got? I got a few regulars, but a couple of people I have only just met.
Brought some more girl power this time.
We've got myself, Taylor and driver seat and Hot Toddy back there.
The man Hot Toddy, our Mr. Nick from G-Works, just keeping an eye on you, I see.
Yeah, I'm sure we have to keep an eye on Nick here. He's a bit of trouble.
What's our plan, Miss Photo?
Alright, well I've just reached the first obstacle. Taylor and I are quite familiar with this track because we're locals here, so I guess we'll just send it up. We've got some rain coming down, so it's going to make it a bit more interesting, but I'll put the lockers in and see how we go and see if we can get a bit further. Lockers on, let's go. I'll come back and spot you, Taylor. Right, straight up like this. She took the harder line and made it look cool last day, Taylor. How's that? Yeah, it was good. A little bit of right foot? A little bit of right foot.
Toddy, too easy, mate.
Too easy. I should have made it look harder.
Told you should have got a Jeep a long time ago.
A little bit boring that way. That was really good.
That was the
very
first
impressed.
sort of flex in the
Yeah.
new girl.
Yeah.
That was good.
The next one looks good too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Love one of these, but I just
couldn't do it.
they're capable, and that's the problem, is I wouldn't be able to resist taking it off road.
I know, it's almost too nice.
Have you seen the interior?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, well we've made it a bit further than last time. What do you reckon of the track, guys?
Yeah, it's really good. Been really fun so far.
This is my first time properly off-road at Coffs Harbour, so I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's pretty cool.
What do you reckon of Coffs Harbour? It's your first time out wheeling in Coffs Harbour?
Yeah, it's good. It's eventful. It's good to see the Jeep straight out of the box performing.
Yeah.
What more you got in store for us, Bree?
Well, we're only about halfway up this track. There's still a few more obstacles that'll be a little bit more tricky towards the end, especially. Will give us a run for our money and definitely test out that new Jeep of yours. So I guess we just keep boogieing on and see where this track ends us. Well, we aced part of the track that we got stuck on last time, as you saw.
That's where we started today. We aired down there, turned cameras on there. It's 10 to 6 and we're here. Welcome to Red Dirt Diary.
So let's see if we can actually complete it, because we haven't got to the end. But at least we made it past what we got last time, so stay tuned to see if we make it. If you're looking at tackling Morbid Trail, it always pays to be prepared. This track changes every time I come here, so I always ensure that I have a working winch and reliable recovery gear. I typically like to run my tyres at 15 psi on this track. The surface can be quite rocky, and you'll find near the top that it gets quite slippery. Airing down helps with tackling the track, while also preserving my tyres. We're pretty much getting to the last leg of Morbid now. It's like the second last part. Should be a breeze. It's been dug out a fair bit, so we shouldn't have any issues. Pretty easy going, but it's the last bit that we're a bit worried about. So we'll see how we go. We're not finished.
Oh, okay. Spoke too soon.
This is the last leg. Had some moisture.
It has been quite wet, so this will be interesting.
And it's hard in the dry. So we'll see how we go, but the winches might come out. We'll see.
Alright, you've heard it here first.
I reckon it's going to have some clearance issues right here. Prediction. See if I'm right or wrong.
Pretty good to put the Jeep through its paces.
35s and twin lockers at least.
Well, not bad team. I guess we boogie on and get some lunch because I know you boys are hungry, and then we should go find some more tracks. One thing I love about Coffs Harbour, especially when you're coming around the Sherwood area, is that there's just so many tracks. What I'm doing right now is literally just off the side of the road. Probably takes 10 minutes to do, but it's the funnest little track. It still challenges you that little bit, and like there's just so much variety in Coffs Harbour when it comes to wheeling. So if you haven't been, come check it out.
You couldn't pay me enough to walk up that hill, so I'm gonna jump in with big old Nick. I don't know whether to film you or hang on. Jesus Christ.
Next, see what this
Raining.
weather's doing.
Yeah.
It's raining. Let me see what the time is. It's 3 o'clock.
Checked out.
3 o'clock. I think we go check out this waterfall track, see if we want to camp there tonight.
Yeah, let's do that.
If not, then we have a second backup option that we'll show you later.
Also good options.
We'll go
All
check
right,
it out.
let's do it.
Alright, so we just wrapped up a day of wheeling in Coffs Harbour. I've been hiding this little gem and I couldn't wait to bring the team here from Red Diary just to show one of the great little secrets of Coffs Harbour. As you've seen, we did a couple of tracks today and we're finishing off at this place, and I don't think you can ask for a bit of wrap up for the day. So we've got a bunch of tracks ahead for tomorrow, so we're going to enjoy this nice little dip, head back up and cook some dinner and see what tomorrow brings. Alright, so it's day 2, we're back out on the tracks today. As you can see, it's some perfect weather for wheeling. We've had 0 rain, the tracks are dry as anything. Should be an easy day, if that was true, but it's not. The tracks are buggered. We're out here on Lionel's Loop at the moment. I've done this track before, it goes alright, but we did have quite the storm last night and we've had a lot of rain and it's looking pretty wet. So I'm going to go up first. There's a harder line here that I'm going to try, see how we go, but it's looking like it might be that little bit too wet. But I guess we'll give it a crack and find out.
So why would she go to second instead of first?
In first gear, she just couldn't spin the wheels fast enough to clear the mud out of the tread. So hopefully in second gear they'll spin a bit quicker, all the mud will flick out and she might be able to find some traction.
Like I said, it might be that little bit too wet, and I think I was right in saying that. So I could sit here and keep spinning the wheels and digging out the track, but that's the worst thing you can do in these places. So I think it's best to call it quits and take the easier line.
You're up.
Trying to get the front locker off so I can see.
Locker problems.
Lock alive. Like I said before, my run, you can't sit here and just tear up the track, so you don't want to do any damage, so just pull him up.
This one's a doozy. It's funny how you guys will walk some things and then I get stuck and then I'll walk some things and you'll have a bit of trouble. It's pretty cool.
Even with the struggle, that Jeep's still impressing me throughout this trip.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Could do with a few more mods, but can't go wild. It's still my daily driver.
So you've got to be comfortable around town as well.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about it earlier. Comparing the list of mods done to my car to get it to this level with the list of mods to yours. Like, yours is what's standard, and it's still keeping up with the controls.
Yeah, definitely not upset about that. Just whack a set of 35s. I don't know where you go.
Alright, so we're coming up to the second obstacle now. We're going to be dropping into a bit of a creek bed. But I say, Paul, we're going to have to maybe walk this for you, chuck some rocks under it, just give you a bit of height. You might hit on the back end a little bit, so I guess we'll check it out.
I'ma get it. never beat. I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Check's big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's checkmate. We ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I'll be on the way.
I thought I'd show you guys something with a car that's unlocked versus locked. So I'm going to try and drive the first part of the section of the car. It's not going to make it for multiple reasons, scrubbing and it being an open diff or unlocked. But then I'm going to flick the lockers in just to show you the difference it makes having unlocked vehicle versus a locked vehicle. So let's do it. Alright, so no lockers. Right now I'm actually driving and I've hit a spot sort of where the lockers would come in handy, so I'm stuck. Put that lockers in, not changing my line, and you'll see the difference on the same line. Having lockers and the ability of the car completely changes. Straight off it. So I guess if you guys are ever wondering, should you get lockers? This might answer a few questions on just how big of a difference they make. I literally was stuck and I could have tried to change the line, but I just wanted to show you without changing the line I was on, being unlocked and then doing the exact same thing. All I did was flip my lockers in and it popped straight up. I wish I did this sooner. You guys would have noticed a lot of difference in my driving. There was a lot more full send back in the day. Still comes out occasionally, but that was just open diff like in the front end, and obviously I had an LSD in the rear, which is like a clutch driven system. But I mean, still in extreme situations it becomes just as good as an open diff. And you'll notice a lot with my driving now, everything's a lot more controlled, it's a lot slower, I'm crawling everything, and the car is having an easier life and the tracks aren't getting torn up as much. So some people say lockers are cheating, but honestly I think it opens so many more windows for the ability that you and your car can have, and you're preserving tracks, and it's just making life so much easier. The one thing I will say is I'm so glad that I drove 3 years without lockers, because that taught me a lot when it comes to picking lines, and now that I have the lockers, it's just making my life so much easier. So, little example right there, guys. Let me guys know what you think of being unlocked.
Keep me on your mind. I'll be on the way. Yeah. You know I'll be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I'll be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
This is the end of the track. There is a lookout at the top we can go check out, but the weather's not that great, so we'll see how much review we got, but I'm sure you're hungry, so it'll be a good lunch spot. So go up, have a feed, and then I think there's a bit of touring to do around Coffs this afternoon on the plan.
Sounds good.
Alright, what's for lunch, Bree? Copy. Self-serve because your hands are dirty or you're lazy?
Both. Ham, rolls, special ingredients, goes on everything.
Secret sauce.
Secret sauce. Another day in paradise here on the Coffs Coast. It has been bucketing down rain all night, but I've decided to take the crew to explore a different side to Coffs Harbour. A couple more cars have joined the convoy today. Brody has brought along his sweet blacked out 400 horsepower Y62, and you'll even spot Dan's faithful Blue Ranger. I reckon these vehicles are pretty dirty. Taylor, you and I both know some creek runs. What do you think we go check them out?
Yeah, that's a good creek spot where you can take the cars pretty deep and wash all the underbody and get all the mud and stuff off it. It's really good.
Yeah, that sounds perfect because I think I'm carrying about a ton of extra mud from yesterday.
Paul's is a decorative snorkel.
Meaning?
Mine
Paul's
is.
is a real.
So do you actually have a snorkel in that pool?
Yeah, I have a decorative snorkel.
So it doesn't work.
No, it works in a decorative way.
Oh, decorative, I got you. Well, let's hope that Bluetooth connection is very strong then. Alright, what do you reckon of the little spot?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Yeah. Good for a little weekender, because it's so close by and it's so close in the town.
Yeah,
Can't beat it.
yeah, I've been here all the time. It's amazing.
We have a little hidden gem around here. There's a waterfall up ahead. A few other little spots, and then the car's pretty filthy, so I think a good creek run will do as well. Alright, so we're down at the other little spot here. It's an old bridge. I reckon I would be scared to drive it even when it was in one piece. But the cool thing about it, it's really great for photos, so I think we're going to stick around for a little bit and grab a few shots.
Some bangers.
Some bangers.
I don't think we've mentioned it, but this is the new toy Y62 that has been built over the last like a week before this trip. So it's its first mission. Gone so good, super capable. Definitely not stoked with all the pinstripes she's getting, but that's okay. Couple of new mods just to, I think it will make it a well-rounded car. Like, it's a bit low still, it's on 35s, but still at factory height. So I reckon 2 inches should be sweet. But it's kicking goals with camera car duties at the moment. This probably isn't built for the kind of stuff that we do mostly, but it's fast, it makes noises, and that's what I'm about. So loving it, do recommend, 10 out of 10. Good job, Nissan. You definitely have improved since those rubbish GUs. But don't tell Brie or all of her friends.
Breeze just brought us down this creek bed. We're probably, what, about a kilometre down?
Yep.
And this is one of her little secret spots, so we'll spend a little bit here and then we're off to the next spot, a little bit further north.
Yep.
Another surprise for us.
Another surprise.
Can't wait.
I think you'll like this one.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show you guys. Very excited.
Hope it rains more.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
I can't wait to sleep in my car again.
We'll be able to wash the top of the car.
I wanna know, wanna see it. Can I feel you grip tonight? Can't get this off my mind. Does it only control you? Let me in, I'll help you out. I won't lose you this night. Can I feel you grip tonight? Can I feel you grip tonight? Can I feel you grip tonight? And I'm not here to hear you say you're fine. I wanna know, wanna see it. Can I feel you grip?
So we just got out of bed, the sun's out today, Breeze treated us to another magic campsite, so we might go for a swim, make the most of the sun while it's out, and then head off to the next spot. We just bumped into an old friend, Liv, so we might take her on a bit of a beach run after this.
The Queen has arrived. I'm excited. Look forward to part 2.
Can I feel you grip tonight? Can I feel you grip tonight? Pull me closer.
You happy to make it for us? No. If you keep being a bitch, I'm going to zoom right again. You'll hate it.
Zoom in, bitch.
I really hope one of them gets taken by a rip. Because no one's going to help them.
Hey.
You're joking!
I'll leave that door open.
No, it just self-opened.